Coming up tonight, potholes, craters, and bumps. The Minister of Work says these matters are being addressed. Plus, the Culmer clan, headed by Carl Culmer, is giving back at Christmas time. And the Regency Theater in Grand Bahama is back. I provide you with the details straight ahead. This is Our News, a weekend edition. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Megan Shepard. Police on the island of New Providence investigating a traffic accident that claimed the life of a 19-year-old man shortly after 4 a.m. The incident, involving a red and green Yamaha Krypton scooter and a silver Nissan Cube, occurred on University Drive in the area of Portico Road. The motorist received serious injuries and later died in hospital. Meantime, police in Gregorytown, Eleuthera, investigating two separate traffic fatalities. The first incident occurred shortly after 3 a.m. on Queens Highway near a business establishment. Reports say a female driver, along with her male passenger, collided with a wall and tree. The female driver sustained minor injuries. However, the male passenger died on scene. In the second incident, a 30-year-old male was a passenger in the back of a 2006 Chevy Silverado truck traveling north on Queens Highway. The male passenger accidentally fell from the truck as the driver overtook another vehicle. Amid the long-standing concern about roads in Nassau, Works and Utilities Minister Alfred Sayers is saying the issue is being addressed. Over time, Bahamians have been complaining about potholes and bad roads around the island. As he was heading into Parliament, Sayers said this.
They're being addressed very comprehensively. You will see contractors throughout the 12 zones repairing the roads. And as you know, there's been a long period of neglect, but our focus is prospective, solving the problem, and they're being addressed.
Public Hospitals Authority Managing Director Abinette Roll says the Princess Margaret Hospital has seen an increase in people requiring dialysis, but there's one issue. PMH cannot accommodate the load. As a result, they're looking at ways to ease the burden. She said PMH sees over 400 patients at the dialysis unit.
We already have partners that assist us in terms of outsourcing. And so the plan is, moving futuristically, is for us to be able to build a center that will be able to accommodate the majority of our patients. But we do have partners and we really need to expand. We have in excess of 400 and something patients that have dialysis regularly in-house. That's not the outsourced individuals.
Rowles said while the overall goal is to have a space to accommodate the patients, they're also faced with a staffing challenge. She said a recent review revealed that the public healthcare system is facing a 600-plus nursing shortage.
Right now, I always call it our mitigation point, is to handle those that we can handle carefully, providing the quality of care, and then further extend to partners to assist us. But it is hopeful, moving futuristically, that we can have a place for dialysis, because that's really an outpatient service. Because those that require the acute treatment in hospital, they can always have that done. And a part of the plans and stuff that we do now in our redevelopments and also in the design of new hospitals is the ability to dialyze patients where they are. And so that is what we want to do, moving futuristically.
And some good news before we go to the break. Former Free National Movement Chairman Carl Culmer and his family bringing a down-home Savannah sound meal and a smile to the residents of the Persis Rogers Home for the Aged today in honor of their elders, Joyce Culmer, who recently turned 85, and Frank Culmer, who is now deceased.
The whole idea is, like I said, is to give back, and we hope that many more folks will give back to our society. Remember that one day we all will become an aged, and at the end of the day, we all expect that the same care that we display today will be displayed throughout Bahamas.
Geneva Turnquest, a cook at the home, expressing thanks, saying donations go a long way in keeping the home going.
We are grateful. We're thankful. Because it helps us a lot, especially today that we don't have to go through all of this. Without donation, I don't think we could make it. I don't think we just could make it. But it has been good. It's been real good.
Still to come on Our News Weekend Edition, is it the Dirty Dozen? No, it's just a much-needed cleanup of New Providence. Stay locked. Since the signing of a new industrial agreement back in September, President of the Bahamas Union of Teachers Belinda Wilson says union members have already been able to enjoy several of the benefits.
So October 2022 payday, they were able to receive the salary increases for 4 months, July, August, September, October. As we speak, November's payday, persons receive the retention bonus. The additional individuals, the expectation is that they will have their retention bonus in December.
Wilson says she is constantly policing the industrial agreement, and her team is keeping a close eye on all of the benefits of the new agreement.
In several months' time, next year, 2023, early, we will be going back to our members to get new ideas, information, benefits that they want to see in the new agreement, which expires in June of 2025, because we want to get back to the table in 2024.
The Ministry of Environment, continuing its national cleanup in New Providence last week. The ministry started the second phase of the project, which covered Yamacraw, Elizabeth, Seabreeze, Carmichael, Southern Shores, and Golden Isles. Minister responsible, Fawn Miller, was on the ground this week. The initiative was budgeted for $1.1 million, but Miller says it may exceed that.
Initially, it was $1.1 million, but I think overall, it's about $5.5 million overall. And to be honest with you, I have the director here, the assistant director, they can correct me, but I think it will exceed that. We're in bad shape. We're in terrible shape, and we really want a clean and green Bahamas.
The ministry started in Fox Hill, but has also canvassed Freetown, Centerville, Engliston, Baines and Grantstown, and Fort Charlotte. The national cleanup was launched and is expected to run until the 50th Independence celebration in July 2023.
We began with the removal of derelict vehicles. And then the next phase is always the removal of bulk waste. And that's what we're doing here on this depository site in Southern Shores, where from the constituencies of Carmichael and Southern Shores, throughout those constituencies, we're asking residents to place their bulk waste at the front of their properties, and persons will gladly remove them.
Still to come, a former cabinet minister from the Pinling administration reflects on his new appointment. Just what does he think of it? When the Weekend Edition comes back from the break, we have the answer. And world-famous song artists from the Caribbean perform here in the Bahamas at Hennessy Artistry. Our Jamila Mizik has the details. Stay locked. Welcome back. The Bahamas Association for the Physically Disabled held its Christmas play titled The Greatest Gift. And now the association is telling you how you can be one of Santa's helpers this Christmas. Marlena Leonard has the story.
The Bahamas Association for the Physically Disabled held their Christmas play today called The Greatest Gift, and the spirit of giving was definitely in the room. When we last spoke to the children in November, they were busy working on their Christmas play costumes, and we got to see their designs on display during the finale of the play, their Junk New Rush Out. One of the many special guests in the audience was Anne-Marie Davis, wife of the Prime Minister. She offered this alternative to only thinking of toys as donations at Christmas time.
A lot of the children's homes are asking for cash donations because they're short on paying salaries, they're short on paying their bills, their utilities, and sometimes they have to buy certain items that they do not get as donations. So it's also important to pool funds together and make a big donation so that these children's home can buy what they need for the kids and the staff, outside of just toys and clothes.
Even if you can't donate a large sum at once, you can still make a difference to the kids this Christmas.
We have Sponsor a Child, which is what it costs us daily, weekly, and monthly to take care of the children. So this is something that we're asking people, if they have somebody that absolutely has everything and they don't know what to give them, this would be the ideal gift.
For $25, your donation will sponsor caring for a student for one day. $175 covers a student for a week, and a $500 donation will sponsor a child for an entire month. We asked the school's administrator, Linda Smith, for her Christmas wish.
Long life, health, and success for my babies here, that they be the best that they can be.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Marlena Leonard.
Thanks, Marlena. Former Cabinet Minister George Smith is the special advisor to the government for the country's 50th independence events. Smith says the appointment is an honor for him because he was tasked with the same duties for independence back in 1973.
I was deeply involved with Sir Lyndon Pinlan in the campaign leading up to the 1972 election, where the Bahamian people, in their vote for the Progressive Liberal Party, decided we will proceed to independence. A vote for the PLP in 1972 election meant you support becoming an independent country. A vote against it meant you wanted to stay as a colony of the United Kingdom. The people voted in favor of independence, and I was charged by the then Prime Minister, Sir Lyndon Pinlan, to prepare the country for and to execute a 9-day celebration in July of 73.
He also reflected on festivities on Clifford Park in 1973.
At Clifford Park, Fort Charlotte, the nation of the Bahamas was born. The independent sovereign nation of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, when then Prince Charles delivered to Sir Lyndon the instrument that designated the Bahamas as an independent place. So the birth of our country as a sovereign nation was Clifford Park at Fort Charlotte.
Some of the biggest names in dancehall took the stage last night for the return of Hennessy artistry, and there were some familiar Bahamian faces taking the big stage as well. Tonight, our Jamila Mizik has the highlights.
It was no small show at the National Stadium for the return of Hennessy artistry. Bahamian Tree was the first to hit the stage.
That was amazing. It's always a great experience performing in front of the Bahamian people. Like, did something new, a brand new track called Nothing Never Change, and I just really appreciate the opportunity coming from Hennessy, to come and allow Bahamians to showcase their talent. But the people was definitely vibing, people was feeling it.
Then came the pulsating sounds of Judah the Lion.
When I have fun on stage, it translates and other people have fun too. So that's the whole thing. The Hennessy artistry thing is just to celebrate not only the artistry but the appreciation of the art. And so I think it's a whole full circle feeling that I get when I'm on stage, and it just gives me the most energy.
And if that wasn't enough to get the crowd rocking, performing for the first time on a Bahamian stage were Jamaican artists Lali and Jada Kingdom. no stranger to performing in the Bahamas, Sprague Bands was next to hit the stage.
It's a great feeling because this is what I love to do. So it's great when people accept and you know, enjoy what you do. It makes it even easier.
And what's Hennessy artistry without Hennessy?
For both Commonwealth Brewery and for Hennessy and the entertainment industry, I think it's important for us to keep elevating our events, keep showcasing world-class talent as well, and making sure that we keep producing something fun for our people to come out and enjoy.
And enjoy they did. Closing out the show was the energy god himself, Jamaican dancehall artist Elephant Man. Reporting for Our News, I'm Jamila Mizik.
Thanks, Jamila. Cool weather, a little rain and wind. The weather report is straight ahead. Regency Theater is open. Oh joy. Let's take a look in. That's all coming up in Our News Weekend Edition returns. Welcome back. It's December, the season of snuggling. Cold weather is coming in. Let's see what's in store for us weather-wise. It is being described as the Phoenix Rising, the reopening of the Regency Theater in Grand Bahama. The premier performance arts center was destroyed during the passage of Hurricane Dorian in 2019. But thanks to the hard work, dedication, resilience, and donations of the Grand Bahama community, the beloved theater is now opened once again. Rupert Hayward of the Grand Bahama Port Authority thanking past and present executive teams that worked tirelessly toward this special moment.
Tonight, a brand new act begins. Thanks to the generous support of the Kenton Pinder Foundation and all those who supported Kenton in the last few days and his hours of need, and the Grand Bahama Port Authority, who donated $60,000 for the majority of the restoration works. The Hayward family is exceptionally proud of being fortunate enough to play a part in this grand drama. And tonight, I want to renew our commitment to this Regency Theater and to pledge our ongoing support to its bright future.
Past President Paulette Russell led the executive team in 2019. She recalls the countless hours that went into gutting the building and the road to reopening. She says it was all a labor of love.
My heart was always here. After Dorian, 3 years later, I go. We did it! We did it! We're back up and running! Yay!
Past President Alfred Anderson began his term in 2020.
During that year, we did not expect to be met with COVID-19, which happened 2 months into my presidency. However, we did not allow that to deter us from stopping our reconstruction efforts here at the Regency Theater. So we continued literally throughout the restrictions. We didn't get in trouble, thank God. But we continued doing as much as we possibly can. Granted that I started my presidency with $40,000 in the bank. So we automatically knew that there was almost no way that we could get the majority of the work done with such little funds. So we made the conscious decision in my second year in 2021 that we were going to begin making money. My presidency, as you will learn throughout the rest of the evening, has been filled with ups and downs, but in the true spirit of theater, we always figure things out, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to have served.
These theater lovers say they are excited to see the Regency Center return to its former glory days.
It's been a while, due to COVID and everything, it's been a while, and even though there have been shows other places, it's not like being here.
I am very excited to see that. I did help out briefly with cleaning up, the stage and stuff like that, and even just from that time, it came a long way. It's very impressive. They've really done a great job, and I'm so proud of them.
Very excited. I'm looking forward for the new year. Theater has been a part of my life since 2007, so I've been a part of volunteering. I've been a member since almost 15 years, and I'm very excited for the reopening of the theater.
It's exciting that this is reopening. We've missed this for the last 3 years, and it's really important to support these local organizations.
And this programming note, be sure to stay tuned for an FTX exclusive right after this newscast. And from all of us here on Our News, particularly the weekend team, we want to wish a very special happy birthday to our producer, Tanya Smith Cartwright. Enjoy the rest of your birthday and the entire month of December. And to you at home, thank you so much for joining us for Our News Weekend Edition. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Megan Shepard. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.